which is what you'd call recently discovered and completely underappreciated of vitamins. So this is important. We need to get serious.
Yes, indeed.
Most of us have heard about vitamin K1. Where a lot of us have heard about vitamin K1 is because we're warned about the implications of vitamin K1 if we're taking some of those former blood thinners, like warfarin or Coumadin or heparin. Those were the classic blood thinning drugs. Now they have the new generation of blood thinning drugs where you don't have to worry about vitamin K, but all of us became aware of vitamin K1 because of its role in blood thinning and blood clotting. So specifically blood clotting. In fact, the reason why it's called vitamin K1, it was discovered in Germany, and the word for coagulation, clotting of blood, coagulation, starts with a K in German. So it became vitamin K1. But recently discovered, recently recognized, is another form. What they share in common is their molecular structure to some extent. I have a chart behind me. So if we look at this chart, what they share is their molecular structure, but what they don't share are their benefits. Vitamin K1, which is down here, is all about blood clotting. So if we look at that closely here, really the head of the molecule is identical. Vitamin K1, vitamin K2. That's why they share that name. Their activity, their mechanisms, their role in your body absolutely couldn't be more different, couldn't be more disparate. And as we see with vitamin K2, MK7, that's what we're talking about now. The role of vitamin K2, MK7 is not a role in blood clotting. The role is a critical role in an element in our body that we know is vital for the health of our skeleton. But what we don't know is that calcium, not just being critical for our skeleton, it's present in all our cells. But with calcium comes certain risks. And those risks are calcification. We don't want calcification to occur, say, in our blood vessels. And that is, as we get older, and certainly with our coronary arteries, we don't want to see calcification. Calcification is associated with the loss of the flexibility and the resilience of our arteries. And some doctors will say, well, some folks will say that it's the resilience of our skin that determines our youthful appearance, certainly. Or it's the resilience, flexibility of our joints that determines our youthful vitality, our youthful mobility. But it's the resilience of our arteries that doesn't just determine our youthful vitality of those arteries, but our ability to stay alive. Because the resilience of those arteries, especially our coronary arteries and other arteries in our body, they're absolutely critical to our health as we age. And vitamin K2, MK7 is a molecule that helps direct calcium to the site where we want it, in our bones, which our bones, that's our reservoir of calcium. Not only is it vital for the structure of our bones, but also, what a brilliant design, but that's also the repository, the reservoir of calcium within our body. But we want to keep it there. We don't want it going into other parts of our body, like our blood vessels. And that's what vitamin K2, MK7 does. In fact, recent research published on vitamin K2, MK7 showed that within a very short period of time of taking vitamin K2, MK7, there was an observed decrease in the stiffness of arteries, an increase in the flexibility and resilience, which is a critical youthful characteristic of our arteries. So, and with our product, we originally had a 100 microgram. We increased it to 120 micrograms, and we didn't increase the price.
I love it.
So, best savings we've ever had on this product, other than I think we did it today special on one occasion.
Let me show you. We have 30, 60, a 180, or a 360 choice. Everything is special price. We have free shipping and handling. We also do have flex pay on the larger choices. But whether you go with your 30, try me, you can see your savings here gets bigger, obviously, as you get into the larger sizes. The 360, you're looking at only $89.90, so that's $40 off. If you'd like to try it, again, we're talking about bone health, heart health, something that, again, most of us were not getting proper amounts of this in our diet whatsoever to be able to get all the wonderful benefits from the vitamin K2, MK7. So if you're new to Andrew's products, you want to try something new, or if this is new to your vitamin regimen, if you're already taking Andrew products, this is a marvelous place to go. One of the things we haven't talked about yet is the fact that Andrew Lessman manufactures everything right here in America, all made in Henderson, Nevada. Every product that Andrew brings us is made with solar energy, so there is zero carbon footprint left behind when Andrew Lessman manufactures. There's his facility in Henderson, Nevada with his solar panels.
Right. We have our entire parking lot covered with solar panels. The new building on the front where you see the roof isn't fully covered because as we'll expand the interior of that building, we'll add solar panels. So we always make sure that we're not using power. So, and we covered our entire parking lot, we covered our other building. So it's something that I started doing over 20 years ago, long before it was fashionable, and I'm still not aware of any other company that has zero carbon footprint. And that's exactly, that's when I love going out in nature, I mountain bike, I run trails, I hike trails, and there's, I think it's a Native American saying, I love repeating this, that the only thing you take out from nature, the only thing you take are memories, and the only thing you leave behind are footprints. So I think it should be a great mantra that should follow the way companies do business in this country, where we try to do it as ethically and responsibly as possible, because right now, you know, our planet isn't really happy with our conduct these last many decades or the last century or so. And it's up to all of us to try to be more responsible on an individual basis, and I try to do my very best as a company to do so. I hope big companies would follow our lead and be more responsible in that way.
One more reason why we love buying these products, because you know that you're doing something good for your body, something good is happening for the environment, not to mention the fact that we're also donating, Andrew is donating vitamins to Vitamin Angels.